Hey everyone, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. Today's video will be a Halloween video, which I'm very excited about. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. And this is in collaboration with Mini Scenes GB and Crafty YouTubers United. So thank you, Tracy, for putting on once again this collaboration. And it's Halloween themed. It's all things spooky and fun and make-believe, and I'm really excited about it. So what I think I'm gonna do is make a little trinket box. I know you really can't tell by this mold, but this is a book mold. So I think I'm gonna make this book mold, and then I'll put, I don't know, make it into a potion book or a magic book or something. I haven't decided just yet, but I'm gonna make it into something magical. And then I was thinking that I could put one of these, what are these things called? Are they called planchettes? I'm gonna have to look that up because I'm not exactly sure. But like, they're just like from like an Ouija, I don't know, you tell me, board. And so I was thinking about maybe just putting one of these on there just to make it kind of fun. So there's a whole bunch on here. I'm not really sure which one I'm gonna go with, if any of them. I also had another idea too. So I'm kind of in flux. I think I'm gonna make the box first, see how I feel about the box, and then decide what I'm gonna do at the top. So first things first, I'm going to paint this lovely box with some Galaxy from Resin. This is the Intense Chameleon Powder. And this color is so gorgeous. It's so pretty. And the color shift is amazing. So I'm gonna first paint the box, and then I will do some very simple black resin, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do after that. So all of the Resin chameleon powders, or at least the intense ones, come with little brushes. And so yeah, I'm just going to, this is a brand new set too. I just replaced my other one, and so it's not even open yet, but how pretty is that? Oh my gosh. I don't know if you can see that color shift in here, but that is stunning. Okay, enough marveling at the beauty, and let's get this thing open. This stuff is like gold. I don't wanna waste it, and you don't want it to fly everywhere either. Oh, look how beautiful that is. I know you can't really tell, but it is so pretty. Oh my goodness. All right, I am just gonna grab a paper towel and give this a good painting. All right. Can you guys see that? That shift? It's purple and it's gold. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, so I'm just gonna paint all of this, and then I will come back to you, and then we'll pour some black resin, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do next. I kind of like to have a plan, but I'm on the fence about this, so I've been thinking about it, and I think I've changed my mind like 15 different times, and will probably continue to do so. And I'm also gonna change to a bigger brush, just because I don't have the patience for the small brush. Okay, I'll be back to you in just a few minutes. Then we'll make some magic happen. Not just because it's Halloween. Hey everyone, so I am going to mix up, I'm gonna use my deep pour resin. Not because it needs it, because it doesn't, but because I feel like I'm gonna have the best chance of not having bubbles if I use my deep pour. There's so many little ridges on those pages that I think that my deep pour is gonna be my best bet. So I'm gonna use the Jade Action Deep Pour today. Their deep pour is fantastic, I love it. So it is a 2-to-1. So it's 2 parts of part A and then 1 part of part B, except 6 ounces. So that's 4 ounces of A and 2 ounces of B. Don't you like that fancy math right there? And I'm hoping that that's going to be enough, because my math skills aren't good enough to do anything else. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to mix up 6 ounces and hope for the best. So 2 parts of this, 1 part of that. I'm going to mix it for 5 minutes, and then we'll pour it. So I use these cups that have the measurements on the side, and I find these to be the easiest. And then I just rinse them out, or not rinse them with water, but I clean them out with some alcohol and then I reuse them when I can. I can't always, but I do try my best to not waste. So let's get started. I'm going to do 4 and 6. So I really like the deep pour, even though it's, you know, it takes a lot longer to cure. So you've got your basically 48 hours to cure, but I'm okay with that. I'm not in a hurry. I'd rather take my time and not have to worry about it. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop this in some warm water and stir it for 5 minutes, and then I'll be back to you. So I mixed that for about 5 minutes. I did go back and add a little bit more pigment paste. I didn't feel like it was quite opaque enough for me. Get this water out of the way. Since resin and water, they're not besties. I'll clean up my little mess here. I've got a little bubble in my silicone mat. Make sure not to put anything over that because that will definitely mess that up. Okay, so I am going to do the book first, and that way if I don't have enough, then hopefully I'll have enough to do the book, and then I can always mix up a little bit more for the cover. But I feel like 6 ounces should be enough, but I guess we're about to find out. Oh, can you guys see that? That is gorgeous. That black is just so shiny, beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna give this a little tap, tap, tap. Even though this is deep pour resin and it's really good at letting its bubbles out, I do just wanna, you know, do everything I can to hopefully help it release those bubbles. Oh wow, this is just going to be enough. Oh my goodness, okay. Good to know. So this mold takes, just the book itself takes 6 ounces. Okay, so I'm gonna mix up a little bit more resin. Probably just another 3 ounces or so. I feel like that might is bowing out a little bit. Let's see. Just want to keep it from losing its shape so that the lid doesn't fit. So I think, okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to pour this somewhere else because I don't want to taint my lid since it won't be exactly the same. Excuse my reach here. Actually, you know what? I think I'll just pour it into this, into one of these little hearts. Probably did not need that alcohol though. I think I'll just pour it into the little heart. Maybe both of the little hearts because it's a little bit more than I thought. I don't foresee using these, but you never know, right? Okay. Just pour into this one too. Give this just a tiny little scrape, I think. Okay. All right, so that is it for that. I will mix up another few ounces, come back and fill up the cover, and then I'll meet you on demold. Okay, so it's been 3 days. So it takes, you know, it's deep pour, so it takes a little bit. But if it's bubble free, then I am willing to wait. So deep breath, and I guess let's start with the book and see. It feels like it's a little bit misshapen, but maybe it's not. Maybe that's just the way the mold fills when it's filled up. So I'm just gonna loosen this all the way around. Maybe. going to be very sparkly after all this, that's for sure. You know what, maybe we'll just try to fold it down on this side in order to release the other side. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Just wow. I mean, that's pretty much perfect. I mean, I don't think that you could ask for much more than that. A couple of little itsy bitsy tiny bubbles right there. But I mean, that's it. That's gorgeous. I mean, wow. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the lid. So far, I'm so optimistic. I'm not usually optimistic about demold. Let's see here. Just don't want to scratch it. This is a tough one to get any. Oh, that is still soft too. I may want to wait to demold this. I'm not sure. Okay. And this is still soft after 3 days. It's also really thin, so I should totally not pull this out. Do you ever watch a video and go, no, don't do it, don't wait, or just wait, it'll be fine, give it a few extra days? And then I'm sitting here doing the same thing because I just can't wait to see. I do see a bubble though, a little one. And yeah, that is still pretty, bendy. And oh, leaving marks. That is, gosh, look at that. I was afraid of that, getting bubbles up under the rim. And I spent so much time trying to prevent those, and yet still ended up with some. Okay, well, the cover fits on the book, which is great. It's a little bit uneven though, and I think that is because of my giant paws pulling it out of the mold too soon. I think it actually maybe goes this way. But yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. I think I might just grab a heat gun and just heat this up a little bit and see if I can get that to lay flat. Darn it. Yeah. But you know what, at the same time, I'm going to put one of these planchards on it. So, I keep saying planchard, that might not be the right word. How embarrassing. But here's the thing, like these turned out perfect. And they're completely solid. So I'm gonna give this a few days, let this harden up, and work on one of these. I'm not sure which one yet. I think maybe this one in the middle. Maybe with like just poured in black and then highlighted maybe some gold letters, maybe some gold. Maybe dust the edges of the pages in some gold as well. I thought about this after I dusted the entire thing in the same color and thought, oh, you know what? We should have done those pages in a different color. But hindsight 2020, and we can always remake this and use a different color scheme. But overall, I mean, I think it turned out pretty good. Just a matter of seeing if we can get those little divots out that are there. Hopefully those will just settle with a heat gun. And then I'm going to work on this. So I think I'm just going to mix up some black and pour this one, and then let that cure. And then we'll do the lettering afterwards. I think that's going to be our best bet. But how gorgeous are these? Look at those. That finish is fantastic. All right, so let me just put this out of the way. And then I'm going to grab some resin and some ink, and I'll be back to you in a few minutes, and then we'll pour this little guy right here. And hello, voiceover. So I just
added some black pigment paste to the resin, mixed it up really well, and then just poured it in all of the planchettes. Now that I went and looked up the word, I will make sure that I say that correctly throughout the rest of the video. I had way too much black. I wasn't sure exactly how much each one took. So I ended up pouring almost all of them, which will be good because that will give us variety and we can choose which one we like the best. I wish that they magically filled just like that, so quickly, so perfectly. So it's going to take about 12 hours for these to cure. The J Diction High Gloss is 12 hours. And my studio is pretty cool today, so I imagine it'll take that full 12 hours. So I'll meet you back here tomorrow, and then we'll take a look and see what the lettering is going to look like once we put some of the possibly gold in there. Depending, I don't know, we'll have a little play. And we have extra planchettes to play with, so we can just experiment with a few different color options and see what we like best. So I'll meet you back here tomorrow, and we'll finish everything up.
Okay, so it's been about a day, and my daughter came out and did some unmolding while she wasn't supposed to. But that's okay because that's what teenagers do, right? So she unmolded these two, just like little tiny ones with some sparkle in it. And then she unmolded this one too, which is also just a plain one with also some sparkle. I was thinking about using this one and maybe printing some letters from the Cricut. So I'm on the fence. I think I'm gonna try one of the others first with some paint, see what that looks like. And if it doesn't look like what I want it to look like, then maybe we'll go with the Cricut. Sometimes I feel like the Cricut's cheating. Although, I mean, is it really cheating? Isn't all like fair and love and crafts? Oh, look how pretty that is. Can you guys see that? Can you see all the letters? Those are so pretty. They're really tiny though. I don't know if I can get the paint in there without it being a horrible, horrible mess. All right, so then there's that one. And then there's this one too, which this one's also really pretty, but I like the other one better. All right, so what I think I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna use, so I have just some of this super cheap, it's pouring paint. I bought this years ago when I thought that I was going to acrylic pour, which I did do for a very short time, and it was not a huge success. So I have tons and tons and tons of paint, but I bought this one and it's super fluid because it already has the flowing medium in it, whatever it's called, I can't remember now, but whatever, you know, the stuff, the medium that they put in there to make it thinner, that stuff, the Floetrol. So this one already has it in there, so it's really thin. So I'm hoping that when I put it on, that it'll get down into those letters because they are really tiny, and that it'll just clean up easily. But let's find out. This is the moment of truth. So I grabbed a couple, I didn't know if a sponge would be best or just a little tiny brush. So I grabbed both just in case. And apparently I have some black ink on my fingers. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna get some alcohol and a paper towel just to clean up any mess, because I promise you there will be mess. I'm just gonna wipe this off, make sure there's nothing on it. So yeah, so let's give this a try and see how this works out. It might be a complete and utter fail, but we won't know until we try. So let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna drop some of this on because theoretically with resin, it should just come right off with a little bit of alcohol. So I'm just gonna see if I can get it down into all of the letters. And this stuff's super, super thin, so hopefully it will just come off without an issue. Okay, I think this is where thoughts, prayers, hopes, dreams, hopefully hopes don't come here to die. So a little cotton bud. See if I can just get all of this off. Whoops, not inside. All right. That was a, what do you think? I like it. I do want to top coat it though. But I like it. I think it's really pretty. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. So, little book here. Put some words on the side. So I put some words on the side. I had a little trouble with my Cricut because, well, operator error. But I conquered it finally after, I can't even tell you how many times I printed this. 4, 5 times. Spells, potions, and elixirs on the side, which I think is so cute and holographic. And then I think, actually I don't think, I know that I'm going to E6000 this onto the top of the box. And then we'll just let it dry. I'm really excited. I think this turned out so good. So we're just going to E6000 this onto the lid of the box. So I'm just going to put some of this on the back. Don't need a whole lot. Just going to grab a stick. Just move it around. This stuff is pretty incredible. It works really well with sticking stuff down to resin. Although I gotta tell you, it's very stringy and I don't like that part. I mean, yeah, it works great, but I wish it was not so stringy. If anybody has a tip on how to keep it from being so stringy, that would be amazing. Because I just do not enjoy that at all. Okay, I think this is probably good enough. I don't think it's gonna squirt out from the sides. Okay. And then we're just gonna put this down on the box. I think I'm gonna put it down at a little bit of an angle. And then that's it, friends. That is it. And our box is finished. I think that turned out so pretty. So here's our finished product, our spells, our potions, elixirs, and our top. And so happy Halloween, and thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and thanks so much for being part of the Crafty YouTubers United Halloween extravaganza. And thank you once again to Tracy over at Mini Scenes GB for putting all of this together. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, and I would love for you to subscribe and become a member of our channel. Thanks, everyone.